Hello friends, welcome to the session on data structures. In this session, we'll be discussing about DQ and priority queue. In this session, we will see what we mean by double-ended queue and how the double-ended queue can be used in the creation of the priority queue. Also, we will see the corresponding C++ program for the creation of the priority queue. Friends, as you know that you are viewing my session on my YouTube channel, and do not forget to subscribe to the channel to see many more educational videos on the various topics of the subjects of electronics and computer science. So let us start the session with the question what we mean by DQ or double-ended queue. So DQ, in short, we call it as a deck. It is a double-ended queue. That is, in this queue, it is possible that you can add the element either from the front end of the queue or from the back end of the queue, called as the rear end of the queue. It is also possible that you can remove the element either from the back end of the queue or from the front end of the queue. So DQ or deck is a linear list in which the elements can be added or they can be removed from the list at both the ends. The only thing is that it is not possible to add the element or to remove the element in the middle of the queue. So one can easily see that this is a data structure which is a kind of hybrid data structure. And the biggest advantage of this data structure is that it will provide all the capabilities of stack and queue. So whenever you want to make the use of the capabilities of stack and whenever you want to make the use of the capabilities of the queue, then in such a case, you can make the use of deck or DQ. A deck is like a train station. Now you must have been observed in your city that whenever there is a train station, then there are two ends, and from both the ends, the car can enter into the station and can move out of the station. Deck can be implemented by the doubly linked list or an array. So whenever we want to implement this DQ or deck, then you can make the use of a doubly linked list, or it is also possible that you can implement it by making the use of an array. So why should we go for the deck or DQ? Because in deck, the advantage is that the scanning of the element or traversing of the elements is much faster than that of the queue. And therefore, whenever we want to search an element in the queue, then the DQ is very helpful because the time required for searching of the element is much less in the double-ended queue. It is also possible that we can have the different versions of DQ. Say, for example, we can have a input restricted deck and output restricted deck. In the input restricted deck, the insertion is being allowed at one end and the deletion will be allowed at both the ends. And in output restricted deck, one can allow the deletion at one end and the insertion can be allowed at both the ends. So you can say that these are the two forms of the double-ended queue: input restricted deck and output restricted deck. Now we will go for the discussion of the priority queue. The biggest advantage of the double-ended queue is that you can use it for the creation of the priority queue. Now we know that as far as queue is concerned, it is a first in first out list. And whenever we have a queue and suppose there are some important jobs in the queue, then it is possible that these important jobs will have to wait until their turn comes in. So in order to solve this problem, it is possible that you can assign with each element a priority. So in the priority queue, each element is being assigned with the priority. So the element with the highest priority will be processed before an element with the lowest priority. So whenever we want to process the element of the queue, then the priority will be taken into consideration. and the element which has the higher priority will be processed first, and the element with the lower priority will be processed later. And if there are two elements of which the priority is the same, in that case, you can decide how to process them. Say, for example, you can make the use of first in, first out, or you can check the value, and depending upon the value, you can decide how to process them. So in time sharing systems, normally we can make the use of the queue, and whenever we have the programs, and if the programs has certain higher priority, then we can assign them the priority level of high, and those programs with high priorities will be processed first. So as shown in this diagram, suppose we have an input. Suppose there are 4 elements that we want to insert in the queue. Now every element will be in the form of the value of the element along with its priority. And every element will be assigned with some priority level. And now such elements we can enqueue into the priority queue, and every element will be stored with its value and its priority level. So you can arrange them in such a way that the higher priority will go either on at the front end or will come at the rear end. It is possible that you can make the use of operations such as insertion and deletion, that is NQ and DQ operations can be performed on the priority queue. So we can make the use of double-ended queue for its implementation. So whenever we want to implement the priority queue, then one can easily make the use of DEQ. So items in the priority queue are ordered by some key, and that key is being called as the priority index. So items with the lowest priority or the items with the highest priority will be kept on the front, either at the front end or at the rear end. And so that we can easily make an access to them. That is, whenever we want to process them, then we can make an easy access to these elements. Now let us see a C++ program as far as the implementation of the priority queue is concerned. Now you will find that we can make the use of a structure for the elements in the priority queue, where every element will be having a value and a priority. And then we can declare an array PR where we can store the elements of the priority queue. Initially, we will set the pointer to the last index, and then we will write the function to insert the new element into the priority queue, and this function is the enqueue. So as a parameter, we will read the value and along with its priority value. Now we will increase the size, and then we will insert the element in the array. Now we can write a function to check which element is on the top of the queue, that is, which element is having the higher priority. And for this, we will make the use of the for loop. So if the priority is the same, then the priority or the element processing will be based on the highest value of the element. And otherwise, we will set the element according to the priority, and we will return the position of the element with the highest priority by using this return IND. Now this is a function that is being written in order to remove the element from the list with the highest priority. So this is a function called as DQ. Now initially we will check for the position of the element with the highest priority by using this function peek, and then we will shift the element one index before so that the elements can be arranged, and then we will decrease the size of the priority queue by 1. In the main function, initially we will create the priority queue by making the use of enqueue function, where we will insert 4 elements, say 10, 14, 16, and 12, with the priorities 2, 2, 4, and 3. And then we will check for the element which has the highest priority by making the use of the pick function and then we will print its value. Then we will dequeue, or we will remove the top element, that is the element which is having the top priority. And then again we will check the value which is on the top of the list. So when we execute this program by making the use of any online C++ compiler, then one can easily observe that we will get the output. The first element will be 16 because 16 has the highest priority 4. Therefore, 16 will be printed in the first cout statement. And then we have removed 16, and therefore the next element 12 will be on the top priority, and therefore the value 12 will be printed on the screen. So thank you friends for viewing this session. Hopefully you have understood what we mean by the double-ended queue and how we can make the use of double-ended queue for the creation of the priority queue. Thank you all for viewing the session.